in the wisdom or the lack of it, of what we did in 2015, we put for ourselves this burden of paying $2 billion on a single night. In June this year, we were supposed to pay $2 billion US. We have now since renegotiated that, so that going forward, we do not expect to pay anything more than $500 million US at any one time. That's what sensible people would do, isn't it? So even if you owe me money, you come and talk to me and tell me, let me pay you in installments, in manageable installments. So with wisdom of hindsight, we should have done that from the previous administration, but now we put on ourselves this burden of paying it overnight. So it was important to pay off the Eurobond. First of all, one, because we are in this debt trap. There is a debt trap whereby even for us to pay the debt, we are still turning to markets. We have to borrow more money for us to pay money. And we have really no option because until our economy is able to expand in a way that we can be able to, to pay, debts from our own internal resources, then it was important to turn to the markets. Two, the lack of paying of that debt, or not paying that debt, or the anxiety, not even lack of paying, because it's not due. It is important to know that the Eurobond is not due. It's not due for another 4 months or so. But it was important to pay off the Eurobond so that, to calm the markets. Because people are speculating. People are saying, you know what? The government is going to come and mop up all the dollars that are there in the market to pay off the Eurobond. So everybody's saying, let me hold on to mine so that I can cash out at the time that the government comes to, to mop up the dollars to pay the Eurobond. So what does paying the Eurobond means? It sends a message to those speculators, look, we're not going to do that. Please know what you do with your dollars. If you're holding your dollars with the hope that government is going to come and take them from you at a very good price so that we can pay the Eurobond, it's not going to happen. So those guys who are holding the dollars have had no option but to offload them. Hence why the shilling is now taking a chip. Remember, those kind of speculations came at a time when the new governor of Central Bank, Dr. Kamau Doge, made a decision once he took over Central Bank from Patrick Njoroge to say that, that, I think I told you that in our last engagement, that we were artificially supporting the shilling. We were spending, close to $2 billion every year to supporting the shilling, artificially, so that we live in that sort of illusion that we are doing well when we're not doing well. You know what? Like we agreed to do on fuel, like we agreed to do on unga, on the currency, we also say, look, if it is weak, let it be weak. There's no point of makeup. So what happened with that policy? The makeup fell off, and we allowed the shilling to,
So explain to me. 20 point, it was 162 at one point.
Yes.
It fell down to 142 now.
Absolutely. Speculation. It was up because of speculation. Now what's going to happen? The shilling is finding its true value. And that is a wonderful thing about not fixing, exchange rates artificially. Because once the speculations end, now what is going to take over are fundamentals. And what you're finding now is that the true value of the shilling is going to be realized. So what happens to Wanjiko? What happens to the border guy? How do you explain that to Mama Mboga in simple terms? Mama Mboga is already aware because Mama Mboga knew when it was up. I didn't have to explain. They knew it when it was up. Do I need to tell them when it's down? That's what Swahili people say, mwenye macho hambiwi tazama. Will that translate in their pockets going forward? Absolutely, especially because of some of the imported goods. The people will not be very amused, of course, are our exporters, our coffee people, our tea people, our horticulture people. Those ones are not going to be very happy. Our gallant men and women in the diaspora and the efforts we are doing on health. So the sum total of all that is going to be good. But, I want to echo what the president said when, for example, the fuel price was going up. Then fuel price started coming down. And people were clapping at him, but I told them, stop clapping at me. It's not me. It's the market. So equally, I want to ask people, there's nothing that we have done fundamentally in 1 week. It is only that the market fundamentals are right. And what we promise Kenyans is never to lie to them. We promise Kenyans that we're not going to lie to you. You throw stones at us, you make noise at us. Ours will be just to tell you the truth and tell it again and again and again.
So the economy is rising on its own.
Rebound.
I mean, it's rebounding on its own.
Rebound. Absolutely rebound. Where, we have been, this did not start last year. We've been on sort of 5, 6, 7 years of recession. And that's what the numbers are telling us. We've been on 7 years of recession. So what's happening now? From 7 years, starting to reverse it now, it is big news. You just need to look at what we reached at the end of 23, the last quarter of 2023, in terms of the economic survey, where the economy grew at 5.9%. They're up from 4.1% in a similar period in 2022. Agriculture. 2022 was growing at negative 1.1%. Remember, we had the drought.
Yeah.
This last quarter, the one for ending 2023, agriculture grew by a whole 6.1%. Areas like hotels and food, and beverages, all that grew by a whole 14%. Right. So things are really
looking up. They're looking up.
And they're looking up not because of a story, or because we want to tell people now, msijali, maisha iko sawa, because the figures are telling us that.
And numbers don't lie.
Science is right. Voodoo, I don't know.
I want to talk about that and talk about Naivasha as well. I heard the president read you guys the Riot Act.